Hey everyone, ever wished you could just peer inside your customers' heads and really understand what makes them tick?
Like having a superpower.
Exactly. Well, AI-powered customer insights kind of get us there. We're diving deep into that today. These tools that use AI to analyze data and uncover all sorts of hidden patterns about customer behavior.
Really powerful stuff.
It is. But it's not as simple as plugging it in and getting instant results. There's this whole learning curve for teams to really master these tools.
Absolutely. The tech is amazing, but it's the people, the teams that make it truly sing.
So true.
Yeah.
We've got research papers, articles, even some internal docs here. And honestly, it can feel a bit overwhelming. All these different skills needed from understanding how machine learning models work. Things like clustering, classification, regression. Then there's data handling, cleaning, normalizing, feature engineering.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It really is. It makes you wonder, is everyone expected to become a data scientist now to use this stuff?
That's a common concern. But the good news is not everyone needs to be a coding whiz. The level of technical expertise you need really depends on what your role on the team is.
So different folks need different skills. Give me some examples. If I'm on the marketing team, what skills should I be focusing on?
For marketers, it's all about becoming fluent in, translating the insights the AI gives you into actual strategies.
Okay, so if the AI tells me customers who bought product X are also really likely to be interested in product Y, what then?
Exactly. The marketing team takes that and figures out how to use it. Maybe they create targeted email campaigns or personalized recommendations on the website.
So it's not about building the AI itself, but understanding how to use the information it gives you. What about the data scientists themselves? What does their learning look like?
They do need to get more technical. They're making sure those AI models are accurate, reliable. Think of them as the architects, making sure the AI is built on a solid foundation.
So they're making sure the AI is giving us good information, not just random guesses.
Yeah.
What about a team like customer support? Where do they fit into this?
Customer support's got this great opportunity to use AI for sentiment analysis.
Sentiment analysis.
Yeah. It means understanding how the AI interprets customer feedback. Is it positive, negative, neutral? Then they can use that to respond better, address concerns more effectively, and boost customer satisfaction.
So we've got marketers turning insights into action, data scientists making sure the AI is on point, and customer support using it to understand their customers better. Sounds like a well-coordinated team effort. But how do we actually get there? It's not like everyone just learns their part in isolation, right?
Exactly. That's where team learning comes in. It's bigger than individual skills. It's about how the whole team understands and works within this AI ecosystem. Yeah, it's like everyone having a piece of a puzzle. They need to see how those pieces fit together to get the whole picture. Understanding the whole flow, like how data's collected, how the AI is trained, how it generates those insights, and then finally how those insights are used to make decisions and take action.
So it's about everyone being on the same page, even if they're working on different parts of the process. But how do you actually get teams to that level of understanding? I mean, some of this stuff can get pretty complex, right?
It can. That's why it's so important to have a collaborative learning environment. Things like workshops or hackathons where teams can actually, work together on real-world examples.
Ooh, I like that. Learning by doing. It's like reading about riding a bike versus actually getting on and trying it. You learn a lot more by doing.
Yeah.
Speaking of learning new things, especially as a team, it's not always smooth sailing. We've got a bunch of notes here about roadblocks teams face when implementing AI tools. What are some of the biggest challenges?
Well, one common challenge is that you have people with different levels of understanding about AI. You'll have some people who are really tech savvy and ready to dive in, and others who might be a bit intimidated or, resistant to change.
Makes sense. So how do you bridge that gap? You can't expect everyone to become an AI expert overnight.
No, definitely not. You need to create a learning environment that supports different learning styles and paces. Maybe you do a skills assessment early on to see where the knowledge gaps are, then create personalized learning paths for each team member.
So no one feels left behind or pressured to learn faster than they're comfortable with.
Right. Another thing that can help is pairing up less experienced people with mentors or, creating peer learning groups.
I like that, like a buddy system for learning AI. You got someone to ask questions without feeling like you're bothering the quote-unquote experts.
Yeah, exactly.
But even with all the support in the world, there's still the challenge of finding time to learn. Everyone's busy, deadlines, meetings. How do you fit it all in?
That's a real struggle. And sometimes trying to block off huge amounts of time for learning just backfires. What works better is integrating Micro-learning sessions into the workday, even just 15 minutes here and there.
Bite-sized learning. So instead of climbing a mountain all at once, you take smaller hikes to build up your stamina.
Exactly. And those asynchronous learning tools are great too, online courses, video tutorials, things people can access on their own time.
That's a good point. Takes the pressure off coordinating everyone's schedules. Okay, but what about the people who are just resistant to new technology, period? We all know those folks. How do you get them on board with the AI revolution?
Resistance to change is human nature, right? And you can't just throw a new tool at people and say, deal with it. You have to win them over.
So it's about the why behind the tool, not just the what.
Exactly. You need to explain the benefits in a way that resonates with each person and their specific role. Like for someone in sales, you highlight how AI can help them find better leads or, personalize their sales pitches.
This is how this tool can make your life easier and help you be more successful.
Yeah. And showcasing success stories helps. Show them examples of other teams or companies using similar tools and getting great results.
Proof that it actually works.
Right. And getting people involved from the beginning can make a huge difference. Ask for their input on features they'd like to see, challenges they anticipate, how they think the tool could fit into their workflow.
So it's like, we're all in this together. Your voice matters.
Exactly.
But even with all that, learning can sometimes feel, well, a bit of a slog. How do you keep the momentum going?
Celebrate wins, big and small. Recognize people's efforts, highlight progress, create a culture where, you're encouraging each other.
It's amazing how much a little encouragement can help. But it feels like with all these challenges and new technologies popping up all the time, the way we approach learning as teams needs to change too. We can't keep doing things the old way.
Absolutely. And the good news is there are some amazing tech tools out there designed to make learning more dynamic and interactive.
Okay, I'm ready to hear about these learning game changers.
So first off, we have collaborative platforms. Things like Jira, Confluence, or Trello. They're great for managing tasks, tracking progress, sharing resources.
So everyone's literally on the same page.
Exactly. And for the coders out there, platforms like GitHub or GitLab are essential for collaboration and version control.
Okay, so they can work on code together without stepping on each other's toes. But what about the non-coders? What tools make learning engaging for them?
We've got virtual classrooms and video conferencing tools like Zoom or Microsoft Teams. It's like bringing the classroom experience to everyone's computer. And you can use interactive tools like Miro or Mural to make brainstorming sessions more fun and visual.
Oh, I love those. It's like a giant digital whiteboard where everyone can contribute.
Right. And for more structured learning, there are learning management systems, or LMS for short. They host courses, quizzes, group assignments, all tailored to the specific AI tool.
Like a personalized AI school for your team. But how do you keep it from feeling like just another boring online course?
A lot of these platforms are designed to be engaging. They encourage peer-to-peer learning, discussion forums, group projects, feedback loops.
It's like a virtual study group.
Exactly. Some platforms even use AI to personalize the learning experience. They can recommend content, track progress, identify areas where someone might need more help.
Wow, that's cool. It's like having an AI tutor. It sounds like there are so many great tools out there to help teams not only embrace AI-powered insights, but really thrive. We've talked a lot about the tech, the skills, the teamwork, all that. But there's another piece to this AI puzzle that we need to talk about.
Oh, absolutely. We can't ignore the ethical side of things.
Exactly. Responsible AI use. It's easy to get caught up in all the cool things AI can do, but we have to remember that it comes with responsibilities too.
It does. It's like we have these incredibly powerful tools, but it's up to us, the humans, to use them the right way.
Because AI can unlock all these amazing insights about customers, but we have to make sure we're using that information ethically and responsibly.
Couldn't agree more. And a big part of that is being transparent with customers about how we're using their data, giving them control over their information.
Right. No one wants to feel like their data is being misused or that they're being kept in the dark about what's happening with it.
And it's not just about avoiding legal trouble. It's about building trust with your customers.
If they don't trust you with their data, they're not going to want to share it with you. And then the whole system falls apart.
Exactly. It's about building a relationship based on trust and transparency. You're using their data to improve their experience, but you're doing it ethically and openly.
And that takes ongoing effort, right? It's not like you set it up once and then forget about it.
Oh, definitely not. Teams need to constantly review their data practices, make sure they're up to date on regulations, and be ready to adapt as things change.
The world of data and tech is moving so fast. What's ethical today might not be tomorrow. We have to stay on top of things. But how do you actually build that culture of responsibility within a team? Is it about having rules, or is it something more?
Well, rules are important, of course, but it's about creating a culture where everyone is thinking about these ethical questions, encouraging people to speak up if they see something that doesn't feel right.
So it's about open communication, not just blind obedience.
Right. People need to feel comfortable raising concerns, asking questions, challenging assumptions. And that takes strong leadership, good training, and a willingness to learn as a team.
It sounds like responsible AI use isn't a destination, it's a journey.
It really is. And it's a journey worth taking. Because if we use AI ethically and responsibly, we can achieve some truly incredible things, not just for businesses, but for our customers and society as a whole.
Well said.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into AI-powered customer insights, I think the biggest takeaway is this. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about the people using it. It's about learning, adapting, and always remembering to use these powerful tools responsibly.
Absolutely. It's an exciting time to be working with AI, but we need to approach it with a balance of enthusiasm and caution.
And for all of you listening, remember, you have a voice in this too. Ask questions, demand transparency, and be a champion for responsible AI use. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep.